Hello, we are live and we have a packed programme for you this morning with appeals from across the UK.
Do you know the person behind the wheel in this hit and run?
We'll also be hearing how a driver ends up in deep water.
Police emergency.
I'm floating down a river and my car's filling up with water.
It is a daring river rescue, that one, and a firefighting robot joins us in the studio.
Welcome to CrimeWatch Live.
Has been jamming the switchboard both here and at the incident room on that case of Welling Garden.
Just to remind you, this was the abduction and radio drop campaign and the handgun debate.
Hello and welcome to CrimeWatch. 12 people rang in giving the same.
Those fantastic results later.
Hello, thanks for joining us here at CrimeWatch Live. It is a hotbed of activity in central Cardiff as our team are ready to take your calls right now. Remember, contact details are at the bottom of the screen and will be throughout the programme.
Now, as Michelle said, we have got a packed programme and we are diving straight into an urgent appeal from the Met Police, who are looking for information on an attempted sexual assault in London. The victim managed to fight off her attacker, but the police are understandably very concerned that the man is still at large. Here to tell us more is Detective Sergeant Pembe Raif. Pembe, thanks for coming in. It's always great to have you on the programme, but it always means you've got an urgent appeal. That's exactly what you've got now. Tell us what's happened.
Yeah, so it was the early hours of the 17th of January, just after midnight, in Hartlington Park, which is in Tottenham, London. The victim, who's a young female in her early 20s, was walking home, pushing her 5-month-old baby in a pram. Shortly after entering the park, she was almost immediately attacked from behind. She was pushed to the ground, where the suspect has then tried to remove her trousers, ripping them in the process. He was also unbuckling his own trousers, so his intentions were clear what he was doing. The victim has luckily managed to kick this suspect away. He's then fled the scene and he's left in a direction the victim couldn't explain where he ran to.
Absolutely terrifying incident there. Have you been able to get any sort of description of the suspect?
Yeah, so the victim describes this man as a white male, possibly Eastern European. He was aged in his 40s. He had short brown straight hair. He was medium build, around 5'8" in height, and he was also wearing a thinly padded long coat, black trousers, and she also described him as being unkempt and possibly intoxicated at the time.
OK, you've done a lot of work, you and your team, around CCTV, and there's some CCTV we're going to see now. These are people you'd like to speak to, potentially persons of interest. What are we seeing here?
Yeah, so this male we're particularly keen to speak to him and identify who he is. He's seen in the CCTV discarding some wet wipes. We have recovered those wet wipes, but we are also aware that the victim had wet wipes at the bottom of the pram that she was pushing at the time.
OK, there's another clip of CCTV we're going to see now of two people meeting in the street. Can you just talk us through what we're seeing here and the potential significance?
Yeah, so the man we can see here is the same male that discarded the wet wipes. He's seen engaging with a female on screen. We don't know who this female is, but again, we're keen to speak to her to see what the nature of their conversation was. She may be able to provide us with a better description of this male and also maybe explain what his accent was like. Yeah. She may also know him.
Yeah, it could be really important information that she could help with. So you just want to find out who she is. Now, I know that this has had a massive impact on the victim, this attack, hasn't it? She's actually provided us a statement, which I can read to you now. And she says, "I feel on edge every single day. I haven't gone out when it's been dark since. I get random waves of emotions where I am feeling upset and overwhelmed, not knowing why this has happened or who has done this to me has made me more panicked. I do want justice. I do want him to be found. And I want others to be vigilant when they are out." I mean, really strong, powerful words there from her. I know you and your team have been dealing with her. How is she now?
Understandably, she's extremely shaken after what's happened. It's had a detrimental effect on her confidence. She's scared to leave her house, especially at night. She no longer feels safe in the area that she lives in. So we're really keen to sort of make her feel safe. But she's also in a position where she's wanting to just up stakes and leave and go somewhere completely different, which is really sad.
So sad to hear. So how can our viewers help you today? What's that crucial information you need?
Well, we're appealing to people to obviously see these people on the CCTV, anyone who can identify them, especially the man, even if it's just to eliminate him from our investigation at this time. We're really keen to speak to him. But it could be that someone knows who the actual attacker is. Has this person boasted to someone? Have they heard about it? Or did they witness the incident at the time? Anyone with any information, please come forward. We're desperate to get justice for this victim and also stop this man from attacking anyone else in the future.
Pembe, thank you. There's loads of ways you can get in touch if you can help. Remember, you can call us 08000 468 999. You can text us on 63399. Start the message with the word crime, leave a space, then write your text. Or email us, cwl@bbc.co.uk. Remember, it can be the smallest bit of information that can make all the difference.
Now, a wrong turn leads a driver into a torrent of water. It is a nail-biting river rescue and a race against time to save a person trapped in the car.
I'm Sergeant Lee Baker. I'm based at Malvern Police Station. I currently work on the local policing priorities team. We cover jobs all across the force area.
So I'm PC Tom Simmons. I've worked with Lee probably around 6 years now in total.
It was the morning of the 25th of April. It was 5 minutes to 8, and I was due at my brother's at 8 o'clock. GPS had taken me down Walcott Lane, which I had never been down before. And I got to what looked to be like a puddle, and I thought, no, I'll back up. And I called my brother to say, I'm going to be late. And as I was on the phone to him, water started to move under the car, and I couldn't get the car to go at all. Then all of a sudden the car started to move sideways, and then I knew I was in trouble.
Police emergency.
I'm floating down a river and my car's filling up with water. Oh my God.
Can you get out of the car safely?
I don't know. I don't know how deep it is.
We were just about to head out, and I heard a call on my radio to say that there was an ongoing incident at Walcott Lane Ford. There was somebody stuck in a vehicle in the water, and that the water level was rising. Immediately prior to the incident, there had been quite a lot of rainfall. Ordinarily, it's perfectly passable, but when it is in flood, it becomes a completely different story.
From what she was saying to the control room, it was quite clear the water was rising so fast that within 5 minutes, you're not sure whether she's got any room left in the car to breathe.
I was aware that previously there'd been a fatality at that location where somebody had been swept away and drowned.
I did start going further down the river, and I started to feel completely hysterical.
Oh my God. How will they be there? How will someone be here?
I'm going to find out.
Drown.
Okay, stay calm. I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to stay on the line with you, and I'm going to find out.
It's shrinking. I'm shrinking.
When we were in the car, it was definitely a race against time. You could tell straight away it was urgent.
I had a window smasher. It didn't work, so I was completely trapped.
I can't unlock the door. I can't unlock the door.
We are.
Please come and help me.
We are. We are.
It's up to my neck now.
Okay.
I can't get out.
I had to become completely calm at that point because I realized that was it. I'm not going to be saved.
The most concerning thing when we first got there was that we couldn't actually see the vehicle.
I'd walk sort of 50, 75 yards further down when I saw the back end of the car sticking up. Then it sort of hit home, really, just how much danger this woman was in. As soon as I could get down to the car, I could see she actually had her hands up in the air holding her mobile phone. It was just her head on show.
I didn't hear anybody arriving. I was just suddenly surrounded by people.
That's what we're trying now, okay?
The doors wouldn't open from the outside. I held on to Tom because the banks were so unstable and the vehicle was continuing to sink.
It didn't look like there was much time left.
There's a glass cutter in my pocket. Sorry, a cutter in the pocket.
It's electric, it won't open.
I did the rear window first, then the driver's window.
Don't apologise, lovely, don't apologise.
Let's not worry about your stuff. We'll get that out after, all right?
We got it.
Oh, my leg's stuck. What's your leg stuck on? Can you feel it? Okay. You got any movement? You've got air now, so just take your time. Take your time and relax.
The feeling on actually being able to grab hold of her was, it was a great feeling. It took so much pressure off us.
We've got you. We're not going to let you go. Okay?
Annie was obviously very distressed. She was very apologetic.
We've got you. You're fine.
Ready? You're safe.
We've got you. We've got you.
Okay, there we go.
It was a massive relief to get her out onto the bank.
We got you, Shan.
Good job.
We've got an ambulance here. They're going to look at you because you're nice and you're really cold, aren't you? I'm sorry.
Don't apologise. Let's get you on the ambulance.
Should we get the ambulance?
I went back to look at the car after we just fetched her out, and where her head was now underwater. I'm fairly confident, I think, in saying that if we were 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, it wouldn't have been the same result. We wouldn't have fetched her out of there alive. I do believe this could have happened to anyone. The Ford is on a blind corner. It is in a dip. It can happen fast, and it quite often does.
Looking back, I'm just relieved that it had such a positive conclusion. You know, that might not have been the case. It was scary at the time, but you just focus on what job needs to be done.
I was grateful to be saved. They are heroes. Without thought, question, they saved my life. I am eternally grateful.
Absolutely terrifying experience there, but great work by the emergency services. Now, getting into trouble in the water is actually far more common than you might think. Joe Thompson from the Royal Life Saving Society is with us now, and they want to see a new bit of kit installed along our waterways. Joe, actually, if we just talk about some of the stats around drowning, they're actually pretty staggering.
Yeah, so unfortunately over 700 people drown in the UK and Ireland every year, and a lot of those drownings are inland, in rivers and lakes, and 60% of people that get into the water never intend to go in the first place. We discussed a little about how actually it's much higher risk if you're a young man going into the water. We have a campaign called Don't Drink and Drown, which is...
So you often see them linked, alcohol and...
Yeah, so
and
18 to 25-year-old men, a lot of them have alcohol in their system. So our campaign is so that people try and stay away from the water if they're drunk, looking out for their friends and making sure they don't go in.
Really, really important. And so, yeah, staggering those statistics. Now, if I'm sitting in the waterways, I often see like a life ring, is that what you call it? Like the hard plastic rings, sometimes in a plastic housing, we can see on the screen there. Typically, I'd see something like that, and within that, there would be a large plastic ring. But now you want to see them more like this, where you've actually got throw bags inside instead of the plastic ring. Why is that?
So throw bags are a lot easier to use, and like a lot of people see around the community defibs, these work in a similar way where actually on the packaging it tells you how to use it and like gives you full instructions, and they're inside those so then people can use them if they see someone in trouble in the water.
So with the plastic life rings, could that potentially be damaging if you were to fling that out and hit someone?
Yeah, so they're much harder to use, they're much heavier, so they're hard to throw, as opposed to these are easier to throw, they're lighter, and they can actually be used again because the rope is attached to the throw bag.
So the idea of this then, so someone at the side will be able to throw it into the water, someone can grab it and you can actually pull them back in. Is that the idea behind it?
Yeah, so if you see someone in the water, we don't want people to go in after them. We want them to call 999, ask for the fire and rescue service or the Coast Guard if you're at the sea. And if you've got anything like this, then you can throw it in the water and pull them to shore.
Well, let's have a look how easy it is to demo then.
So you want to hold on to the rope in your fist. Make sure you don't wrap it around your wrist because you can be pulled into the water yourself or you can damage your wrist. Hold on to the bag in a fist and you want to do an underarm
So you don't need to unravel it?
No, definitely don't unravel it. Keep it all in the bag. The rope is attached to the bag. So if they hold on to the bag or hold on to the rope, you can pull them in.
Joe, we are live, no pressure, but go for it. Oh, wow. OK, that's fantastic, actually. And it just comes straight out. And then if I was in the water, I'd just grab onto the bag and the rope's not going to come out of the bag?
So you can just pull it in and then they can hold on to the bag and hold on to the rope and they'll come with it.
That is absolutely fantastic to see that. And you want to see more of these on the waterways. If we do see anyone in the water struggling, any situation like that, what would your advice be? Because you've already said you don't want us to get into the water and put ourselves in danger. What should we do?
So you stay away from the bank, call 999, ask for the fire and rescue service or the Coast Guard if you're at the coast. And if you can see any public rescue equipment, then you can throw it to the person in the water, or if you've got basically anything that floats. So if you've got a football,
Even
they can
something
hold
as simple
it.
as that.
Yeah, so they can hold on to it, keep themselves afloat in the water until help comes.
Joe, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in and showing us this bit of kit. And we're now going to go to Michelle, who's got a much more advanced piece of kit of her own.
Now, this is not an emergency service special, but we are going from water rescues to water that saves lives. Kent Fire Service are trialling some new tech to tackle blazes in the form of a robot. Welcome to Mark and Andy this morning. Now, for anyone that's watched it, this isn't a scene from Short Circuit, but this is a very impressive bit of kit. Tell us more, Mark.
Yes, so thanks for having us. So this is our firefighting robot. We've purchased this really to provide us with a different capability within Kent. We like to think we're a forward-thinking, quite innovative service, and this is definitely one of the things we're looking at. So we've bought this really for 4 reasons. One of which, well, the first and main one is all about firefighter safety. So this can go places and do things in areas where we wouldn't necessarily want to commit a firefighter. So having this in place makes our colleagues much, much safer.
Yes.
It's a really capable bit of kit that can do quite a few different things.
Well, it's got a fire hose attachment as well, hasn't it? In fact, we've got some footage. We can see it in action.
100%. Yeah, that's great.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so as you can see, it can squirt quite a lot of water.
Yes.
Basically. So it's got a connection at the back that we can connect to a fire engine, and its primary function really is to do just that. It's to get into places where we won't necessarily want to commit our people, and it can squirt a significant amount of water onto the fire.
It can also retrieve casualties as well, can't it?
Yeah, so the main purpose we bought for is that firefighting capability, but just to show its sort of its abilities and its strength, and something we could potentially use it for is casualty evacuation. And as you can see, it's quite a capable little robot. For the size, it can comfortably drag a fully grown firefighter, and
Yeah.
we could use it for that that purpose if needed.
So, as you say, a really useful tool for firefighters when they are in these dangerous situations to have technology like this.
Exactly, and it's not just about firefighter safety, it's not just a tool for our firefighters, it's really around providing a better response for the community. So what this can act as is like a force multiplier almost, in that it can do things that allow us to reallocate resources from an incident to other places, back to the stations or to other incidents, providing that fire cover and keeping the public safe. We've also had quite a few incidents where it's reduced the duration, the time we spend at that incident. So again, getting people back into the homes, getting the community back up and running, getting businesses back up and running. If we can shorten that incident time, it's good for everybody.
Makes so much sense, doesn't it? Andy, I see you operating the controls there. Easy to do?
Yes, a little bit. It takes a little bit of training, but not too bad. So the operators will use this command station here.
That looks a bit like something from James Bond. Could be a laptop, but actually...
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's a nice tough one, so because obviously out in the fireground it can be exposed to a lot of contaminants and stuff like that. So it's a nice strong one. So they operate it from here. On there we've got the screen, and we've got 3 different screens. We've got a screen to drive it, we've got a thermal image screen at the top, and we've also got a screen from the main cameras. So when the operators use this, they use it out of line of sight, so they will actually drive it into a building or around a site and away from line of sight. So what they do is they use a camera on the front there, and they fly and they operate it what we call FPV, first person view. So it's as though they're sitting on board the robot and they're looking at that screen, watching where it goes.
I see.
Which is fantastic. The tracks on it and the way the robot is designed, it's designed to go over the terrain we find in fires, uneven surfaces. It can go up and down steps and stairs.
Can it?
So
how does that work then?
So the tracks on the front will go up and down. So if we approach a set of stairs or steps, we can lift the tracks up. It will grip onto the first step and go up the steps and then just climb up the steps. It's also, compared to a lot of firefighting robots, it's quite small and narrow. And that enables us to go through domestic house doorways and building doorways without having to make them any bigger ourselves.
Wow.
When we go into a building, obviously it's exposed to the extreme temperatures our firefighters are exposed to, several hundred degrees centigrade and higher. So we need to protect the robot. So it has its own built-in cooling system on top, like a sprinkler system, and that drenches the whole robot and the cameras to actually keep it safe in those heat and temperatures. And lastly, I mentioned the cameras. So we've got the camera on the front, but this is the most important part of the back here. We've got cameras at the back here. We've got thermal and optical cameras. So if you're entering into a smoke-filled building, you might not be able to see exactly where the seat of the fire is. We use the thermal camera to actually direct the water onto the fire, and we can also use it to look for any casualties that may be in the building as well. It'll pick up the casualties.
Gosh.
And then lastly, we've got speaker on it, and we've got two-way communication. So should we find someone, should we come across someone, we can actually communicate with those people as well and hear back from them.
It is packed with amazing tech and just so useful. Thank you so much, Andy and Mark, for coming in and showing us more.
That's all right, you're welcome.
Really
Thanks for
impressive
having us.
stuff.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Now, our next film is an appeal to track down a dangerous driver who tried to run over a man in Runcorn. Can you help find the man behind the steering wheel?
In terms of what's actually happened, it is atrocious. This was a deliberate attempt to cause serious injury.
What are you playing at?
This incident is as serious as it gets.
On the 13th of June 2023, Alan Price and his brother went to visit their mum in Runcorn.
It started off as a normal day, to be honest. I go to my mum's every day. Had some dinner. About 6 o'clock-ish, a bit later, and we decided to walk up back to my brother's. But we mainly was talking about what film we were going to watch. Yeah, it's just light-hearted chat. As we got to East Lane, there's a roundabout there. I could hear him. Thought we had enough time to cross over, but a car came flying round the corner. A blue car. It nearly hit us, both of us. I was just thinking, what an idiot. Was he drunk? I got off.
What are you playing at?
To this day, I wish I hadn't. And then it just went on from there. He noticed me heading that way. I'm thinking that he thought I was coming for a confrontation with him. And then I see him do a U-turn. I was expecting him to stop and talk to me or shout at me. But he drove onto the pavement, put his foot down. I thought, this is it, I'm going to die now. All I could feel was blood pumping down my face. My brother, he just saw the blood all over me. He was scared. The ambulance turned up. He didn't really know what the extent of my injuries at the time, obviously. So they put my neck brace on. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was the most horrible thing I've ever had to go through.
The victim has sustained 2 breaks to his C-spine. He's suffered fractured ribs and he also had head wounds on the day. He still struggles now with what is being treated and is suspected as nerve pain, which he will probably be dealing with for the rest of his life. The CCTV in this case is horrendous. I find it quite remarkable that I've managed to speak to the victim in this case and that we're not dealing with a fatality on our roads. The victim is lucky to be alive.
Detectives are still searching for any clues as to who was driving the vehicle.
We've gone down a number of lines of inquiry and unfortunately the leads that we have all drawn a blank up to now. There are people in that footage that were there on the day that we've not managed to trace. It's a busy road. This perpetrator may have been bragging about the act that they have committed. Someone must know something about this incident. Our victim needs justice. People need to feel safe.
Well, it's affected my mental health a lot. I think about it constantly. But I also think how lucky I am, because I could have been dead. I just want the opportunity to ask him why. Why did he try and kill me? He used his car to try and kill me. And no one should get away with that.
Shocking, isn't it? Well, this collision happened really quickly and it left Alan with a spine broken in 2 places. The driver has never been found and could still be on the road driving recklessly. Let's remind ourselves of the details. It took place on the 13th of June 2023 at 6:48 p.m. Alan was walking near the Cineworld on Eastway. The car did a U-turn in the KFC and drove into Alan. After the incident, the driver sped off down East Lane in the direction of the Hallwood Link Road. The car was a blue or purple Ford Fiesta and is described as being in a good state of repair. If you know anything about this case, please do come forward. Now, last week, Rav spoke to Detective Superintendent Damien Roebuck from West Yorkshire Police, who has an urgent appeal about a fatal attack in Leeds. He started by giving an overview of what happened.
So this is the murder investigation into 19-year-old Emmanuel Nyabeko. It happened in the early hours of Saturday, the 26th of August, 2023, in the Chapeltown area of Leeds. Emmanuel was on an e-scooter, e-bike, with a pillion passenger, a 15-year-old. We don't really know why they were in the area, but we do know that they were chased by 2 vehicles containing at least 4 people. They were chased through various streets around Leeds, and eventually we think Emmanuel crashed the bike and fled on foot. Now, they ran for a good 400 yards from their attackers, and as you can see from the screen here where the incident occurred, there was an altercation at there. The 15-year-old runs down the street and manages to get away. Emmanuel runs into the grounds of the large house you can see above where it says incident, and it's there where the fatal incident occurred. He's attacked by large pieces of wood and knives and received his fatal injuries.
Absolutely horrific. This happened there. Now, as part of the investigation, you have managed to arrest and convict 3 of those 4 individuals already. These are the 3 here. Talk me through these.
So, Leeds Crown Court last year, the 3 people on screen there were convicted of the murder of Emmanuel and received 81 years. On the left, you've got Emile Riggin. In the middle, you've got Giuseppe Jeffers. And on the end, you've got Philip Bryant. As I said, they've all received justice and all been to court. We are seeking a 4th male for this incident, for this murder.
Well, this is the 4th male that you want to identify, you want to locate. There's 2 images, but it is the same person.
It is the same person. That is Lewis Grant or Lewis O'Brien. He goes by both names. The image on the left is an older image. You can see he has got a scar under his left eye, but this image on the right is what we think is the most recent image, and it's after the actual offence. You can see he's got a large scar down his right eye, down towards his lip. It's really, really noticeable. Now, Lewis Grant or O'Brien, he's got links to Sheffield, he's got links to Scotland, but I'm also not ruling out that he's managed to get out of the country. I need people to come forward and tell me where he is.
Just need to find out where he is for you and, of course, for the family, because this has had a huge impact on them. They have said to us that Emmanuel was not just a son, he was a brother and a friend. The future we had envisaged together had been cruelly snatched away, and in its place is a void so profound that it threatens to swallow our hope. I mean, clearly and understandably had a massive impact on them. I know you and your team have been dealing with them closely. How are they doing at the moment?
They need justice. They need closure. And with the 4th person outstanding, I can't give them that at this present time. Please come forward and tell me where he is. I just need a name. I just need a place. If you're worried, Crime Stoppers, ring Crime Stoppers. I just need his location and where he is. As I say, he's really noticeable. He's got that nasty scar. Where is he now?
Yeah, that's what you need. And it's just those simple details, isn't it? You just need to know where this individual is right now. And as you say, it's worth stressing that point. If they want to phone Crime Stoppers, you can do that anonymously or just give you those details.
That's all I'm after.
OK, Damien, thank you. So if you know anything about where Lewis Grant or Lewis O'Brien, as he might be known, might be, then please do pass that information on.
Now, the internet can be a resource for everything from facts to keeping up with friends, but there is a darker side when online content can reaffirm ideas of self-harm or even encouraging people to take their own lives. This is something that our next guest, Alice Hensey, has personal experience of after losing her brother Josh to suicide. But she's come up with an innovative way to intervene by developing something called Ripple. Alice, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing your story and telling us more about this tool. So valuable. How does it work?
So Ripple is a piece of technology. It can be downloaded as a browser extension. It works on all browsers. We can also put it onto Wi-Fi networks. And it means once downloaded, if somebody goes onto the internet and searches for something harmful to do with the subject of self-harm or suicide, then the Ripple technology will intervene, interrupt, and instead signpost that person to much needed mental health support services instead.
And sadly, this is from a personal experience that this whole idea has come about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So in November of 2020, I lost my 21-year-old younger brother, Josh, to suicide. And in the immediate aftermath of losing him, I went through all of his devices, trying really to find out answers as to why. And what I found was his search history had actually been he'd been looking at harmful material for about 6 months prior to him making that decision. Information on how he could take his life, step-by-step instructions, guidance, tips, even pain scales on there. And it made me think, you know, lots of other people are going to be struggling like my brother, so let's do something about it and try to make the world a safer place.
So sorry to hear that, Alice.
Really sorry. And Alice, it actually means so much for you to come in today and share this with us. Tell us a bit more about your brother, Josh. What was he like?
He was a joker, very generous, kind, loving boy. He wasn't just my brother, he was my best friend as well. He would DJ at his friends' parties all of the time. We used to go to lots of concerts together. He was just a one of a kind, and the last person, to be honest, that I'd think would do something like this.
Yeah, lovely pictures. Yeah. Well, you're going to show us how this system works, Alice. Can you just give us a little demonstration?
Yes, sure. So on the Ripple website, which is ripplesuicideprevention.com, if you click onto install, this is a completely free tool for parents to download to safeguard their kids. And here's the browsers that you can download it onto. And then, as an example, if you go onto Google and you type in something harmful, so here I'm typing in self-harm, and Ripple immediately comes up. So you've got a short breathing exercise at the beginning. I can't click off of this at this stage. I'm forced to pause and to stop. And then once that breathing exercise has finished, the Ripple tool itself is presented. You have a message of hope at the top, and underneath you have two separate tabs, Talk to Someone Now and Find Continued Support. The Talk to Someone Now tab has the resources that are available immediately, 24/7 for free for that person to access and utilise. And the Find Continued Support tab has a range of different resources where people can access support on a more ongoing day-to-day basis. And one of the reasons we did this, again, linking back to my brother, he found it very difficult to talk over the telephone and open up about his mental health. A lot of people do, don't they? Yeah, absolutely, especially if you're male, actually, as well. So what we're doing here is signposting to a range of different mental health support services in the hope that one of them will resonate. It doesn't matter how you get support, it's the fact that, that we want you to get it in the first place.
It's so great that you've got all those different places that someone could turn to, and you know that already you're hearing it's helped so many people that had a similar situation and we're in a really dark place. Yeah, so since we launched Ripple in May 2021, we've now had over 2 million downloads of the Ripple technology. Extraordinary.
That's amazing, Alice.
It's more than we ever imagined. It's in 51 countries around the world. It's intercepted now over 100,000 harmful online searches to do with self-harm and suicide.
Wow. A number of languages as well.
Yes, 14 different languages as well. And the stat really for me that means the most is, even though we don't track or monitor any personal information, we've been approached now at our charity by 32 individuals who have come forward to tell us that they're still here because Ripple intervened at their most vulnerable point, and it's that statistic that keeps me going.
I am absolutely sure you're doing incredible work, and we must say congratulations on being awarded an MBE as well for all the valuable work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you taking the time coming in today, Alice.
Thanks very much.
Thank you,
Alice.
If you were affected by this issue, you can visit Action Line for more resources and support.
Now, a cancer diagnosis can be a daunting thing, but one team of volunteers are taking to the road and taking the pressure off the patients.
So at Dafters Brush, our mission is to provide free transport for cancer patients. We provide a very bespoke service, door to door, for any patient who needs chemotherapy or radiotherapy. We literally will guide them right to the door of where they need to be, to the ward, sit them in the right place and stay with them if they need us to. I'm Andrea Glover, I'm the CEO.
Morning everyone.
I had a similar experience to what a lot of our patients and families go through, in as much as my dad died with cancer and it was very, very drawn out. And at that point in time, I literally had a spreadsheet with all of his appointments on him. And it was nothing for him to be at one hospital in the morning, one hospital in the afternoon, and a doctor's in between it all. And you realise what a strain it puts on people.
My name's Pauline. I'm a volunteer driver, been with Dafters Brush for over 10 years and love every occasion that I go out. My husband had cancer many, many years ago. I saw what people were going through and thought, can I get involved in helping people in the same way as I helped him? And that's how it all came about.
Like any charity, ours couldn't exist without the volunteers, and they are especially necessary here. The commitment is unbelievable.
I'm Wyn Allen, and I've worked with Daft the Brush over 10 years now, and I enjoy doing it. It's just a good day out, and we're helping the patients, which is good.
We're going to pick a lady up and transport her for her treatment. She'll have a treatment and we'll be there sitting waiting for her, coming out.
Hello. Good morning, listener. Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm with your companion.
Okay.
Pauline is the driver today. So
excellent.
We can let you in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The charity itself, it's such a brilliant idea in the first place. It's just genius. It's amazingly how expensive cancer is. And this service is saving me an absolute fortune in what would be taxi fares because I can't use public transport because I've got no immune system. It's not safe. So being able to keep going and be on time and not have to worry about anything and just know that they're going to be there in the morning when your appointment's due and they're going to be there when you're done to take you home. It's invaluable. I can't put a price on safety.
If this service wasn't available, then there is a real financial impact on people, and that literally can be the difference between having your treatment and not having your treatment. And this is not a nice-to-have treatment, this is a you-must-have-it treatment. It's funded through generous donations from the public. We work very, very hard to raise awareness within the local community and to drive the income that we have. Everything that we do comes from the public. Every pound helps us keep our fleet on the road and ensure that this vital service continues to be free of charge from start to finish. We wouldn't exist without volunteers. It is literally as simple as that. Our volunteers make the difference. They will wait in that hospital no matter how much a patient has been delayed, and nobody will be left without someone to hold their hand should they need it. They are the heart of Daft as a Brush.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Take care. Might see you again. Hope the other treatment goes all right. Okay, lovely. Thanks. Nice to see you.
We started with 1 ambulance, 2 or 3 volunteers. We've grown enormously. We now have the best part of 300 plus volunteers, and each and every one of them is a member of the Daft as a Brush family.
And what a great job they do.
The volunteers are amazing. And that brings us to the end of today's show. We must say, actually, we've had some really promising calls, especially on one particular appeal, so we'll keep you up to date on that. And remember, you can watch any of the series so far on iPlayer, and do check out our Facebook page where some of our clips have been viewed millions of times.
Really have. Tomorrow, a crime gang gets taken down.
He looked like an ordinary guy. I didn't realise that we were going to be stopping a UK-wide organised crime group.
Taking a haul of heroin off the streets as well.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm going to see you tomorrow for that and more, same time, 10:45.
We'll see you then.